everyone, and welcome back to Director Watch, an AwardsWatch podcast that attempts to get inside the mind of cinema's greatest auteurs, explore what drives them, and maybe we go on a few unrelated tangents along the way. I'm Ryan McQuade, executive editor at AwardsWatch, and joining me as always is my sweetie, my co-host Jay Ledbetter.
Ryan, we've definitely been on a little bit of a run these last couple of years with some New Zealand filmmakers as we begin our Jane Campion series. I think you know what that means.
Scared to find out, but sure, what does that mean?
Taika Waititi 2027.
Oh my God, no, no!
It's coming. Everybody get excited.
Clara and the Sun?
Oh yeah, the soccer movie.
Oh, Next Goal Wins?
Yeah, everybody remembers that one.
I remember. I was at the premiere for that.
Were you really?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember how it was delayed for like 3.5 years?
It was like
years,
on the shelf
that?
for a year or two.
Yeah, and then I was there, and it was he came out. It was during the strike, and he came out there, and he was trying to pump up the crowd, and he broke the mic that everybody speaks on up there because he was punching it.
Was he riffing on a level that was freaking sublime?
Sublime's not the word I would use to describe it. It was
okay.
It was mostly like, if I could find the nearest balcony to jump off of, I would. And then I watched the film, and I think the film is what it is.
Pretty bad.
I wouldn't say bad. I wouldn't say good.
I've seen it. I think it's bad.
I think it's like forgettable.
Yeah, forgettable is probably its biggest sin, but it's not good.
No, I mean it's especially if you go to a film festival, you're just like, this is what I'm watching today, you know. But he's doing great. Post Oscars, has there ever been a case? Not to go on a tangent, we're here to talk about Sweetie today.
Of course,
first film in our Jane Campion movie series. Has there ever been a guy that's won an Oscar and the collective body has turned on more than that guy? Is it him, Adam McKay?
McKay is a good call.
Though people like his movies, though. They like McKay's movies. Like, as much as we may not like something like Don't Look Up, that movie, a lot of people saw it.
Okay, but I mean, I guess really, it's got to be like Tom Hooper, right? I mean, that's the answer.
Well, yeah, it's got to probably be like also like, I mean, my God, yeah, it's probably.
But the thing about the Tom Hooper stuff was everybody was kind of pissed off about it in the moment.
They were, I mean, not really.
Not
I mean,
the King's Speech, I guess.
That movie was a big hit. Like, I think
that movie's like totally fine.
It's like a B minus. Like it's a totally button up fine.
B minus is exactly what it is.
And then it wins Best Picture, and then everyone's, this is the worst film I've ever seen.
It beat Social Network, and
which is weird because like everybody I guess that I talked to is from Peaky Blinders, because I just used like my Peaky Blinders voice, which is everybody hates the King's Speech.
Yeah, that's what Tom Hooper sounds like.
Exactly. He's like, give me my Oscar, David Fincher. And I don't know. I think that the problem is Waititi kind of like doubled down on this persona so much. It was in films as well as in.
He became too forward facing.
Yeah. And
it was nice when he was kind of a quirky guy in interviews who made fun little.
But he was like
quirky movies.
He was like a villain.
But then you see him in Free Guy.
Free Guy, and then he's like voicing like.
He was riffing on a level that was freaking sublime, though.
It just. You keep saying that, and I think you don't mean it.
Do you not know that reference?
Is it? No.
There's the like behind the scenes video of Free Guy, and it's Sean Levy.
Is that what he says?
Talking about Taika Waititi's performance.
No, I've never seen this.
Okay, I am gonna have to send it to you because it's the funniest clip ever. He's like, Taika Waititi takes a script that's already funny and is riffing on a level that is freaking sublime. And then it shows like a montage of Taika Waititi's improv. And he's like, everybody loves sequels more than originals. You know what who my favorite actor is? Steven Sequel. And it's like just crickets. I mean, it is so bad. And it's one of my favorite videos.
I could, when you were saying the line though, see Sean Levy's almost rat whiskery face just saying that.
And he's riffing on a level that
That
is
is
freaking sublime. And he says
sublime.
it with such
And his face
sincerity
is like
and
really,
excitement.
yeah. His eye, he's got a weird eye game. You ever notice that about Sean Levy?
Um, yeah, I mean, he's got a very,
He's
I
got
don't
like
know,
he's got like a he's got a little murder
he's
face.
got expressive features.
You know what I'm talking about? When you see somebody and you're like, oh, they murdered somebody before. Like he's got a little bit of that. I've
By
got
all
a
accounts, very nice guy.
I got a running list of people that have got murder face. Can't say most of those
Interesting.
people online here. You know, it's a list I keep to myself because they might be murders. You don't want to end
Taika
up being
White
your next victim.
Taika Waititi takes an already funny script and is riffing on a level that is freaking
It's
sublime.
sublime. Jay, what are we doing here today?
Oh, well, mostly we're talking about Taika Waititi.
No, we got to leave that alone. As you said, 2027, totally happening there. Not. It's not going to happen. Though we are looking already at movie series. So
Well,
Jay's.
Ryan started looking in like February, and I was like,
I
cooler.
like to. I like to look ahead. I like to. I like to plan out. I like
Yeah.
this. I like our audience to know what we're watching.
But now we're
And
starting the Jane Campion series.
correct.
Exciting.
Putting Nolan aside, how'd you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, I had a great time talking Nolan.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was honestly kind of fun to talk about some movies that other people liked a lot more than I did.
Was
Sometimes
it?
I like being the heel.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you need to learn. Also,
Yeah, didn't learn. I
yeah,
learned
didn't I?
nothing.
You didn't learn nothing though,
Nope.
but we had fun
And
along the way.
we did, and it's just, you do have to give the man credit for just being the guy right now.
He's just a.
Even if
Did you?
he's not
Can
my
I?
favorite, but it's just like, I get it.
I know we already talked about this
He's one of my favorites, though, I
on
guess.
the Odyssey episode, but the flex again of the we're only going to have critics at these screenings and no
Well,
influencers.
we love that.
I mean, just when you read that news, you're just like, okay, this guy can do anything.
He
This guy,
is directing on a level that is freaking sublime.
he's now running Hollywood on a level that is sublime. Like I mean, name somebody else that's doing that right now. Like Spielberg was hanging out with all the influencers for Disclosure Day. And
Yeah.
then Nolan's like,
Was he?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
gonna. Yeah, he did like a whole like invite. What's that one guy that looks?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
You know what
about.
I'm talking about? Where like the
Yeah.
guy go into the vault and he showed him the Indiana
Yeah, yeah,
Jones
yeah,
whip
yeah,
and all the
yeah.
shit, and the guy's like,
Who's that
"This
guy?
is
Is that a TikToker?
he's got to be. He's got total TikTok face." And
Hmm.
he's just saying,
You're really nailing down people's faces today.
"Listen, you got a face. TikTok face, not that dissimilar to murder face.
Okay.
All right, all right. To look in a mirror, might see something there.
The Campion
So,
series off to a hot start.
hot start. Hey, this is you got to look at people's souls. You got to
Hmm.
look at their personas. It's a movie. I think a little bit about that. We're here to talk about Sweetie today. We're here to start our Jane Campion movie series. A good pivot. I always like a good pivot. I always like going and doing something different after doing
Definitely a
something.
left turn from Nolan.
Well, it's like when didn't we do Tony Scott and then we jumped right into Ozu?
That sounds right.
That sounds so,
What a
so
move
much.
by us. That's podcasting on a level that is freaking sublime.
Okay, you got to stop. Like you're just gonna keep recycling it, and it's gonna get old. Like you got to drop it in like every like
No, no,
six
no, no,
episodes.
no, no. You
Not
gotta
every episode.
really, you gotta keep doing it until it becomes annoying and then bring it back later so that it was so annoying before that now it's funny.
Like when you were doing the whole Coda bit.
You've heard of the rule of threes?
This is the rule of 19,000.
Yeah, this is the rule of 30s.
Campion.
Yes.
We, you and I have never talked about Jane Campion before.
Not really.
So this is kind of like, even though I've seen all of her films.
I have as well.
And general thoughts going into all this, buddy. Like, why did we pick Campion? Did you pick Campion and I pick Campion?
I think
Why did
she was
you
probably
know
just on
what?
a list and we were like, that'd be a good idea.
You know what, Jay? Why did we pick Campion? How about that?
Well, one, we like to cover female filmmakers, I think is certainly part of it.
Correct.
And the other reason is because she's a very good filmmaker who makes interesting movies. I mean, that's really kind of it. As far as us not talking much about her films, has she made one film since we've been doing this together for like 7 or 8 years or however long it's been?
She made
She,
Power of the Dog.
I think that's it. And that
Yeah,
was that like 5 years ago now? 4 or 5?
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
to 2021, and
Yeah.
we'll get to it.
And we'll get there. But um, certainly a filmmaker who I wish had more bites at the apple, so to speak. I mean, she did TV, I guess, which I'm
Her,
allergic to, but maybe I'll check out Top of the Lake.
I've heard Top of the Lake's very good.
I've heard it's good,
Like
but
everything she
she
touches is pretty good.
everything she touches is pretty good. I think she has a reputation for being this very kind of um, formal, sort of lush filmmaker with stuff like Power of the Dog and The Piano that has this very sort of classical romanticism to it. But then you have stuff like Sweetie, and she actually has a very varied filmography. Holy Smoke, which I don't think we're covering, but that movie's insane. And it coming from the same person who did The Power of the Dog and The Piano is crazy. And this film as well is more like a Tim Burton film than The Piano, you
Kind
know?
of, I mean, it kind of, because New Zealand, it was given like Peter Jackson vibes. P Jack,
Um,
like Heavenly Creatures, like sort of not like from a tone and
a little
aesthetic,
bit.
but
There's like
just
a
like
little bit of surrealism to
yeah,
it. Even yeah,
surrealism scale. Having to create that realism with not ideal funding. You know what I mean? But doing it
sure.
in their own way. You know what I mean?
A lot
Like
of color,
a lot of
which
color.
again, not a thing I associate with the most popular works of Jane Campion.
No, but I'll take it.
I, yeah, this is, I mean, we'll get to this. Isn't my favorite movie ever, but it's a
Really?
cool movie.
Well, don't put your cards all on the table. Come on, clean up the mess.
It's a very interesting movie.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it here
Yeah.
today. Uh, I I think Campion is she's a fascinating filmmaker because I don't think I mean, I think she makes early on in her career some very personal films, and her scale and imagination kind of grows. I think she loves being in that realism or that, you know, playful realism a lot. I just know her, like, her big ones are masterpieces. You can't talk about them otherwise. And I think her smaller films in here, like she's got some stuff that have become for a lot of people like underrated gems. And when you make films like that, then you're like, okay, well, if you got a couple of masterpieces, you got kind of underrated gems in there that people defend, that we'll have some guests on for. Then that means that you're a pretty good filmmaker. That means you got a pretty good lineup here.
She's a great filmmaker.
And she seems like an absolute hoot. When we were covering her in the 2021 race for the Oscars, I mean, she was just it was just kind of happy to have her back around.
Didn't she
And
end up getting in trouble?
yeah, we're gonna talk about that on that show.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that on Power of the
All right.
Dog.
I
We're
don't
not
remember
gonna,
what she got in trouble for, but I know she got in trouble for something.
she got some she got in trouble for some dumb shit.
Okay.
It's really stupid. Like, but I get why she got in trouble for it. Anyway, and not even really in trouble. Like, if you go on the street, nobody fucking knows what actually happened there.
Well, no, I mean, this is a very insular echo chamber little awards world.
Yeah, but like
But also,
people,
nobody on the street would know that Jane Campion won an Oscar. So
That's the other
you
thing.
know,
It's like she's an Oscar winner. She made some great films of the last 25 years, 30 years. I guess how long is the piano? Like 35 years?
here's what happens if you go and ask 10 people that
They're
you
not
just
going to know who they
randomly
are,
see on the
probably.
street who directed Power of the Dog. They would say, "What is Power of the Dog?"
I thought it did pretty decent numbers on Netflix, but you're right. People's attention spans of
But
remembering certain things. Yeah. It's,
and also people watch stuff on Netflix and then they forget about it 15 minutes later.
well, people will probably say, like, who directed the piano? And they would be like, isn't that movie with Adrian Brody?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And they'd be wrong. Um,
Piano was a pretty big deal though.
it is a
In the
pretty big
in the
deal.
moment.
Yeah, in the moment. But like if you're doing your test and you can't even get people to name Power of the Dog, I don't think people don't watch old movies, dude. They don't.
God, I guess that is an old movie now.
It's 1993. That's like 30 years.
That's like
Dude,
Vertigo when I was born.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to hear that. That
Yeah.
makes us feel old.
Actually longer than that.
The movies.
Yeah, that might be about right.
Can I tell you something?
Psycho.
Can I tell you something about Vertigo?
Is Vertigo older than Psycho?
I'll look it up.
I always think Psycho is older than it is because it's black and white, but he did some color stuff before it.
Vertigo's good.
Vertigo is quite good. It looks quite pretty, in my opinion.
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we got that on
I think it's quite aesthetically pleasing.
I'm glad we got that on the record. That Hitchcock, he's working on a level that's sublime.
He is making films on a level that is freaking sublime. And there's simply no denying that.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's a funny bit. All right. Anyway, but so yeah, I'm really excited to talk about her films and talk about some of these that honestly still need attention. Like the one that we're talking about
Vertigo
today.
was 2 years before Psycho.
2 years before Psycho. Wow.
And Vertigo was 33 years before I was born. So Vertigo is to my birthday as the piano is to somebody born today.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Not on the same level of film, but just in time.
Well,
But we'll see in 2 weeks when we talk about it.
I think I didn't realize you hated the piano.
That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth.
Interesting that you
You're
hate
great.
the piano.
You're great at doing that, by the way.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
All right. Okay. Uh, so yeah, it made a total sense why we would talk about her. She's also one of the few people to ever win, one of the few female directors ever to win Best Director.
One of the few people who isn't a white guy.
No, also one of the few people that's not a white guy. There's massive, interesting films in this filmography, and I'm excited to talk about them with you because we've never talked about most of these films together, and that's always a good thing too. With what I'm looking for, even if we've seen the films, have Jay and I sat down at any point over our 8 years and talked about said person, said director, said
And
films.
if you look at
really
kind of
haven't.
if you look at the filmography, you've got like small first time things that put them on the map. You've got undisputed masterpieces. You have weird mistakes. You have films that were reviled at the time
But they've
that have now
gotten-
been reclaimed.
Mhm.
And then you have things that just weren't seen enough, but even at the time everybody loved and have only gained, more acclaim over time. There's something interesting about the reception of basically every movie that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. And then to Jay's point, we're not going to touch on these, but then there's the TV stuff that she was in for like 10 years. And then
And she did a TV film before this that I've also seen.
and then she did, but then there's a return aspect of it as well. Like she went away, anticipation builds up, comes back. So there's a lot within Jane Campion's filmography. You said you watched Two Friends.
I have seen Two Friends.
I have not seen two. This
It's
is
her
one I haven't seen.
Memento.
It's her Memento.
It's about two young girls like
Sharing
on the
time?
fritz. Their friendship isn't going very well, and it's all told backwards.
Really?
Yeah,
So what you're saying is Nolan stole from her.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
1986.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nolan officially a hack.
What the- Not what I said either. You're putting a lot of words in
I'm
my
saying
mouth.
it.
Oh, you're saying it. Okay. At least you're putting it on the table. I mean, damn. Is it
I
good?
liked him. I liked him after our, 3-month run on him, but after this, I think I'm out. But Two Friends is totally okay. It is just like I, I'm glad he really took a stab at it. She's basically like Sweetie's my first film. But Two Friends is a sweet little movie told in an interesting way. At first, you're kind of like, this feels gimmicky and not that good, but the structure does at certain points emphasize some of the emotional codas of the film. So we love that.
Where did you watch it on? Did you have to go to the Seven Seas?
Oh man, I watched that one a long time ago. I cannot recall how I watched it, but if I had to guess, it was not from legitimate outlets.
Jay likes to go Captain Jack Sparrow
Look,
every
if you
now and
can't
then.
find it anywhere or if it's out of print or something, I am not above it.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun,
not gonna pay $150 for a
dun,
secondhand
dun, 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 dun,
DVD
dun,
or something. Resellers are the scourge of this
dun,
earth,
dun,
whether it's
dun,
tickets
dun, 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 dun,
or physical media. Like you see
dun, dun,
everybody
dun,
now,
dun, 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 dun.
that you'll see Nashville go out of print on Criterion or whatever. And then that afternoon, Nashville Criterion,
Out of print.
$75 on eBay.
I have two copies.
Well, then you're probably going to resell one of them.
No, one of them is like a library copy that was in a library sale, and I just thought having a backup of Nashville probably a smart move. I got it for a
I guess so.
buck.
I mean, that's a good deal.
That's a good deal. I'll take it. I'll take it, and I did. I took
Nice.
that, and I took a bunch of other ones as well too. I got like, ooh, time of recording. It's a Criterion sale. You getting anything?
No, I'm buying a house right now, so that is off the table.
I mean, you can buy one.
Nope. We'll
Can't buy
probably end up getting the Kubrick set for Christmas or something, but
for
the
Christmas.
the November sale, I'll get the
Oh,
Kubrick.
and then a bunch of other stuff that you missed out on.
Um, no, I'm honestly trying to make sure that I watch everything I have. I've
Hmm,
been going through a bunch of my stuff, unwatched stuff that I already own, because it is stupid to buy things that you don't use.
correct. I have gift cards, so
I mean, well, that is free money.
it's free money, baby. And I'm excited. There was a couple things I don't have. Like I do want to own. It was just an accident, and um, Trouble in Paradise.
I also have a
And
harder time buying more recent stuff now.
what do you mean?
Because it's like I saw that a year ago. I don't need to watch that for a couple more years.
I want to buy the John Waters films. John Waters, interesting choice down the road. If you think about
Yeah, yeah, maybe if I'm out of work or something.
that. And then I never got Lenny, the
Mm,
uh, the
I
Bob
wouldn't
Fosse
get that
film.
because I don't like that movie.
You don't like that movie?
Nope.
I like Lenny. Fosse, interesting choice for a series.
Fosse would be an incredibly interesting choice.
Yeah,
He's made one of the 10 greatest films of all time, which
Lenny.
is, of course, Star 80.
I haven't seen that one actually. The one I
It
haven't seen.
is tough.
It's tough.
No, I mean it's. I think it's actually great,
Yeah,
but it is not a fun watch.
yeah. You think we that would be? I'm telling you, we're putting together a series.
I mean, Fosse would be good. It would be short,
Yeah.
and we could talk Broadway, which I'm such an expert on.
Well, you are like, hey, you're a song and dance man.
I
For
am the ultimate song and dance man. Did you watch the Tonys?
you were going to ask me that question, weren't you? I
Yeah.
watched a couple of clips
Okay. I just can't. I don't understand why they even air the Tonys.
because it's a giant advertisement to get people to come to New York to see those plays and
But
those musicals.
everything that is getting awarded has been seen by
Sure.
1% of the audience that is watching the
Sure,
show.
but there's still those shows still run for time
Yeah,
after.
I mean, I guess if that's what it is a
And they're going to go
commercial,
on tour
everybody's
at a
getting tricked
certain
into
point.
watching a commercial.
Like they're going to go on tour at a certain point across America, you know? So what you're saying is you hate musicals and you hate art.
I just find the obsession with first run Broadway musicals that people have never seen before interesting.
I will say this. I went to when we went to New York a couple of years ago and we saw a couple of things. It was like then you could be totally invested into it. But like the Tonys itself, it's like I'm not setting aside a Sunday night for that. Like,
Like, how can you get invested in the winners and losers of the Tonys unless you've seen all of the shows?
well, yeah, it's a
The
total New
only the
York
only thing you have to
elitist
go
sort of
off
show.
of is what other people have said is best. And so you're like, you're telling me
Well, a lot of these
Paul
people that
Mescal didn't win for his great performance as Theodore Johnson in Whistle While You Work?
heard it was absolutely sublime in that show. No, I mean like I get what you're saying, Jay. I also think that like it's catered to you're right, the 1% of the population, but then like I don't know, they have the best speeches. They put on honestly the best show when I have watched it in the
Well, I guess because
past.
they have built-in,
And it's kind
song
of
and
like
dance numbers.
they have built-in song and dance numbers. They you know what? Hot take, okay? They sometimes put on a better show than the Oscars
The Oscars stink. I
because
mean,
they're moving. There's momentum. There's beautiful speeches.
I've said this
Everybody
for a long time. The Oscars is a very bad TV show.
everybody just sits there and embraces one another. It's there's great like Tony's have great moments. It just sucks that like I haven't seen any of those musicals and won't see them for like 2 to 3 years with like the company that comes on the tour. And it that helps that sometimes it doesn't help. Also, you know, it depends on the host. Now they had Pink this year. I thought she did all right, but I didn't
Pink.
like really care. But I didn't
What is
understand
her
what.
history on Broadway?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
Sometimes
She
it's
was
not.
she was big for a long time.
Sometimes it's not just about Broadway though. It's also just about the community.
What's your favorite Pink song?
Uh, does Lady Marmalade count?
I'm having yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I'll take that.
Having a hard time remembering any Pink songs.
It's the Connor for Real song. In
Oh, I mean
in
that's great.
Popstar.
That is great stuff. That's mine.
I'm not gay.
But if I was,
Was
I
I'd
would
want
want
equal
equal rights.
rights. Oh, that's a great movie.
Mm. Sorry, Macklemore, you got burned. You got roasted.
What's a better like parody movie? Is it that or is it Walk Hard?
I would say Walk Hard.
Walk Hard's amazing.
It's just kind of a landmark
Have you ever
movie.
just listened to the
Always.
soundtrack of Walk Hard and hear the songs they cut out of the film?
What's your favorite Walk Hard song?
Uh, Dear Mr. President.
That's the one where he just says a lot of insensitive ethnic terms
Correct, but it
in his
sounds
like
like
Bob Dylan style song.
yeah, it sounds like
that's great.
it sounds yeah, exactly like a peace protest song of
Yeah,
the 60s.
yeah,
And it's like
that's really good.
it's so good. And it honestly weirdly makes sense today given where we're at in
Oh, we're
this
doing
world.
great.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, have you not listened to the news? We're doing great.
That reflecting pool, we're killing it.
Do you think that we're going to have to quote 5 to 8 Bible verses on every episode going
Oh yeah,
forward?
you're in Texas. Yeah, you're doing double great.
Yeah. And then you got like NBA players out there like endorsing it too. You're like,
We have
Jesus.
interpretations of the Constitution that I have literally never heard before. So it's interesting.
It's bad when you're in a room with Donald Trump and you're the asshole, Dan Patrick. You know,
Yeah.
you're the biggest fucking
Like his
moron.
radio show though.
No, it's not that Dan Patrick.
Huh?
Though he did come from radio.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
I
He's
saw
not like
Dr. Phil was there. What are we doing?
Wait, Dr. Phil was
He,
there?
he, he was standing right next to Dan Patrick as he was over Donald Trump's shoulder saying the Constitution doesn't say anything about separation of church and state.
What the fuck is going on in this country?
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Do you have a Dr. Phil?
Well, I feel like it's getting mixed up with Clinton.
You're an idiot. That is well,
That
they
sounds
kind of
like
go,
Bill. Yeah, they do sound
they kind
similar
of
though.
sound similar though. It's not like you can't like not say that they're not.
Jane Campion series off to just a
It's just a
hot start.
rocket start. We're
A
talking
hot
about
start.
politics. We're talking about the Tonys.
Dr. Phil would
And
have a field day with Sweetie.
see the problem with you, sweetie.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
It's a little in the back of the voice.
it's less it's got to have a little more energy to it than Bill. Bill's a little bit down here.
Bill's a little
He's a little
down
more
here.
I'm a little bit of a chill
I've
guy.
never seen
Then
those
Dr.
photos.
Phil's up here.
Dr. Phil's like way up here. And Bill's like, I've never seen any of those photos in my
You got to
life.
get a little rasp with Bill.
Yeah.
And Phil don't really
Does
have
anybody
that.
have a cigar? How about you,
Right.
Hillary? You know, I think
1989.
it made Jay uncomfortable there.
Sweetie came out. This was when Bill Clinton was a lowly senator,
Governor,
Governor Clinton.
Governor Clinton, Governor Clinton.
Governor Clinton. I'm playing my saxophone.
I was playing, yeah, and I was with Marla Maples.
Woo, pig suey.
Well, that's also well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, Jay,
Yes,
sweetie,
sweetie.
your thoughts on it?
I think it is a very interesting film in the filmography of Jane Campion. That can sound like a backhanded compliment sometimes.
It did
but
kind of sound like a backhanded compliment.
yeah, I think it is a successful film, more or less. I don't think it is necessarily groundbreaking or as kind of thematically potent as I wish it was. It is a film that I love visually. I think it has an incredible amount of style for the kind of movie that it is, for such a small, isolated film. I love how very rarely is the focus of the frame in the center. There are a lot of great moments where there's just a lot of negative space in the background as somebody is sort of in the corner. There would be these just bright whites in the background with people in these, kind of more vibrant outfits in the foreground, but they're in the corner of the screen. I think that stuff is all gives it a rich sort of aesthetic texture to it. And I do think these characters are insufferable, but in a good way. Dawn, Sweetie, is the closest comparison I can give to her character is Beetlejuice. The movie is named after her, but she is not the main character in the film. She appears after we have kind of established the main character in the movie, and she is just this chaotic force that completely throws the movie off its equilibrium. Just an absolute disrupting monster. That the question is, are both of these sisters super off-putting and annoying? And then that's question one. And I guess question two is, if that is the case, is that a feature or a bug of the film? Because the K arc is, I think both of their arcs are sort of about them being in different states of arrested development. Whereas, Kay has these little porcelain horses still that she's very into. She treats issues in the way that a kind of an older toddler would treat them. I especially think of the pulling the tree out of the ground because she's worried that it will be some sort of bad omen. There's definitely this very superstitious side to her, and the way that she deals with the fear she feels looking at this dying plane is to completely just rip it out of the ground and hide it, with the expectation that nobody will see it, I guess. I mean, it really is operating on the intellectual level of a child. And there is this huge theme of the infantilization of Dawn, of Sweetie, by specifically their father. And the one thing that I had forgotten about this film, because I saw it years ago, I forgot how dark it is. It
Yeah,
is often very off-putting in purposefully. And there are times I think about Sweetie giving her dad a bath, and it's like just no fun. Just
the
not a fun thing to watch.
sound work is really
Yeah.
really killing it.
And there is a lot of great technical craft for this movie, which, had to have been made on a shoestring budget, which is very impressive. And I think the performance specifically from Genevieve Lemon as Sweetie, who will show up in other Jane Campion films, I think is really great. It is, you talk about a performance being kind of brave and really putting yourself out there. That is what she is doing with this performance. And the cinematography of this film from Sally Bongers,
Mhm.
great name, never worked again as a cinematographer.
Really,
Yeah. So I don't really know what the deal with that is, but she's doing incredible work here. It really does feel to me like the 80s works. And I'm not saying it's derivative of, but there seems to be a sensibility at this time when I think of, Tim Burton. I really get the feeling both tonally and visually. Um, and then the other person I was kind of thinking of was 80s Jonathan Demme. I
yeah.
think it has kind of that sensibility where it's a little off kilter, never really gives you a sense of stability, and has these larger than life characters in a larger than life world that still feels like 3 degrees away from the world that we exist in.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel a little just different and unique. And this gives me that same sensation without feeling like it is copying anything else. It's a good film.
It had like to me a lot of Burton's early suburbia look and quality.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when
yeah.
you not as I think saturated on color as like a Edward Scissorhands, you know,
Hmm.
but definitely like the aesthetic of it
I
for
kept thinking
sure.
of Pee Wee Herman,
That too. I was thinking about that a little bit. Good movie.
especially with kind of like the stripped down, not a ton of resources stuff.
Just having to kind of do it with tape,
Piece
get
it together. Hmm.
piece it together. I agree with you, Jay, on a lot of your points. I think that there's there's two characters here, these two sisters, and I feel like Kay's story by the end is a bit shortchanged, and I feel like Sweetie's or like build up to getting here is just kind of she's kind of just dropped in, you know, and you can kind of tell like it's not a first time filmmaker, like it's not a first time film because she made the TV film, but it does have that script wise first time like thing where you're not as polished enough as a director to be able to maybe maneuver through and fix some of this to make it flow a little bit better because I do think the flow at times is a bit inconsistent
It does
and
kind of just jump around
it does jump around a little too much for its own good. Like I wish it kind of streamlined it a little bit better if that makes sense.
where you're just suddenly at a line dancing party.
Yeah, and you're just like,
And I
what the
mean,
fuck? Like I don't mind that.
interesting visuals.
It's an interesting exercise. But if
It's
you're
structured very oddly.
gonna do what is essentially a straightforward narrative about this family, like on paper, then you either got to commit to that in the narrative or you've got to commit to that. You know, you got to strip off most of the narrative, which just kind of feels a little bit of the same stuff over and over again. But there is interesting things inside of it. Like I do think that Sweetie as a character is I think really fascinating on a whole.
Pretty electrifying.
I think that Kay's arc and how she is with her boyfriend and how her relationship with men, it all goes back to I think this obviously this relationship that they have with their father, which is very inconsistent. And I don't know. Yeah, I was watching it, and this is what, 1989, right?
1989.
89. And I don't know. I mean, it is, I think, a little exaggerated, but watching Sweetie's mental health decline over the course of this film, it does get to a massive exaggerated, almost John Waters esque in the treehouse. I was thinking a little bit of that. Just how raw it is and how ridiculous even it is as well. But I was just thinking about how progressively as the film went on, how sad I felt for her, and how still even at this time, and this is also, it's not a period piece. It's a, I guess it is a little bit. I don't know. Um, how unhelpful, or these people don't have the tools to be able to help her. And so I agree with you, Jay. I think the movie at times can be very eerie, but then also it can be quite sad. So I don't think it's like there's like nothing not here. I just don't think it all works together. It is a little bit long of a film too. It's like an hour 45, hour 50, and you kind of feel it. And maybe that's part of the
I don't even think it's
exercise.
that long. I think it's like an hour 38.
It feels longer
But
than that. It does, because it is a first time
it
film.
doesn't flow.
Yeah,
And I think that
that's the
is
problem, because
purposeful.
its ideas are really interesting, and what they're doing with these characters are very interesting. The family dynamics very interesting. Once they settle on that, I mean, you can kind of be like, okay, I think you wanted to tell a story about these two broken women trapped inside the cycle of this broken family. And I think that
Mhm.
that's a very interesting thing to do, because these two are connected, but they're totally dissimilar. And one of them is literally falling apart to the point of insanity by the end of this. And just the idea of you were talking about it, like the domesticity of things, the mundaneness of life consuming them, consuming
Mhm.
these wild, free thinking individuals. These two women that, in an era where people are in the late 80s and early 90s branching out of the home life and away, these two are being kind of caged in, and it's in primary a lot to their parents and their father, but just the culture as well too. And I found the film to be fascinating when it's doing that, when it's jumping around and trying to and trying to impress you as a directorial film. It's a little disappointing on that end. It
It
doesn't
does
mean that
have a little bit of that sensation of
I
one thing
want
happens and then another thing happens. And you're
to.
like, why? How did we get from A to C? We're missing the B there.
It feels
Reminds
like
me of Batman versus Superman. I had that sensation with. So this is sort
Jesus.
of the Batman's versus Superman of its year.
Oh my God, who peed in a mason jar and gave it to Holly Hunter?
Well, that's a sequel to The Piano as well.
Yes, Jesus, that movie is so bad. I remember
It is quite bad.
I remember being in the theater watching it. Not to go on a tangent on Batman versus Superman, but you opened up the door. I remember watching that movie and going like, so like 40 minutes of this movie is taken out, right? So it can like make sense. And then they hyped up like, oh, the ultimate cut's coming out. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then so I did watch it because I'm
I'm
like,
pretty sure I've seen it.
because I was like,
I
I
remember very little about what
I was
changed.
I was like, because guess what, Jay? Not much did change.
Yeah. I mean, that
It,
movie is incomprehensible.
so is half of his filmography.
Yeah.
The Sucker Punch. Ever see that?
Never saw Sucker Punch.
You honestly, I'm not saying that you should, but you should watch it just so that it's a genuine like.
I should watch all Zack Snyder films.
It's really one of those films. I tell people you should watch it because it's a cautionary tale of what not to do as a filmmaker when you have a budget like that. But it is also fascinating of like, this guy was riding high off of choices, and his choices were everything was wrong. And from a pacing standpoint to character standpoint, like it is a fascinating mess. I wouldn't say it's a good movie at all. It's just like one of those things where it's a fascinating mess.
He is a guy who, to me, seems like a genuinely nice guy who
People
has
seem to
good
love him,
intentions,
but he's
but
also
the stuff he takes them in to areas where I'm like, are you like a bad person? Like not just an off-putting person, but like a bad guy with bad ideas.
can I
I don't understand.
can I say one thing and it's going to sound mean to him, but it's
He's the
true.
meathead. He's the meathead philosopher. That's always the
There's
term I've used
that,
to describe him.
and then I don't think he actually cares about the audience.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, but if you're making populist films like that, like you're making a Batman versus Superman movie, you should give a shit about the
I mean, I
audience.
think he cares
I
about
don't.
people liking his movies.
I don't think so.
I just think he
Because
swims out of his depth.
that's fair, but I personally, I don't think, I think at a certain
He just
point,
needs to not write his movies, like not be involved in the story scripting process of his movies.
that's fair, I guess. I mean, he's never going to make another studio film. He's going to make Netflix films the rest of his life, probably.
I missed Rebel Moon too.
You and the father-in-law didn't watch that one?
I guess he's not even credited on Batman vs Superman as a writer.
Is it just
I'll tell you what he needs
Cristeria?
to stop doing is freaking shooting his movies. Oh my god.
Ugh, he's got a bad eye. They all look just, they have that digital sheen.
No, it looks he does the his depth of field is insane. It has the most shallow depth of field I've ever seen in a movie where there's a super close up on somebody's face and that's all that you can decipher in the frame and everything else is super blurry and out of focus. It's crazy.
Anyway, we should go back to
Yeah,
this
anyway,
movie. Yeah,
sweetie.
sweetie.
Sort of Jane Campion's Watchmen in a lot of ways.
Don't. Damn it. It was weird when Jackie Early Haley just showed up in the middle of this movie.
When Sweetie said, "I'm not in here with you. You're in here
Here
with
with
me."
me. I don't know. She kind of does show up, and she is like the
She
agent
kind of
of
does do
chaos.
that, yeah. And then she's like, "I'm not coming in the house. I'm peeing outside."
Just going up to someone's boyfriend after they have had like really, um, I would say like a distant relationship physically, and being like, you know, have you ever just had like your whole body licked?
That is a crazy scene.
It was
And
like,
then,
and then, because I was like, wow, you're really just not going to be subtle about this at all. You're like, do you want to just have like sex since you and my
yeah,
sister are not having any of that?
yeah. And then
Subtlety is not out the window with is out the window with this lady.
The
And it's
K
great.
Louis dynamic is pretty interesting. It K is such a stick in the mud, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
as off-putting as Sweetie can be, there is a vitality to her energy where you are like, man, she's really just doing her thing, isn't she? But then it turns out that her thing is telling small children to hang out with her while she is naked in a treehouse, and you're like, maybe rein it in a little bit, you know?
Well, it is. I mean, they are speaking about different ways in which people lived and rebelled
Hmm.
at the time, and
I mean, she's also
YK is
clearly has like mental
she has
health
mental.
problems
Yes, she has issues
and
that,
seemingly substance issues based on her relationship with Bob.
and it seems like there are issues that also none of these people know how to deal with. And I always find movies like this fascinating about like a lot of this could stem from a disorder. A lot of it can stem from the environment that they are raised in. I mean, like Kay is being kind of churned in this sort of just laissez-faire, go with the flow family that just,
But
I
they're
think,
treated very differently by their dad. I think
very
that's
much
the
so.
biggest
That's
thing.
the most interesting dynamic of the
Sweetie is
film.
totally coddled.
Exactly.
And
And there's this wildness in with that coddling. And then Kay is much more there's much more expectations for her throughout the film. And that leads her down wanting to be more conventional which is very interesting because then that conventionality, it's just as dangerous, Jay, I would say, as Sweetie's wildness, wouldn't you say? Like that's kind of how it feels because Kay's so buttoned up at times
Hmm.
that like she can't like that scene um where she's with Lewis and they're in bed after Sweetie's tried to lick him and like, make sexual advances. And it kind of triggers him to be like, that's something I could try with her, maybe to open up this box.
Yeah.
And she's just like, this is wet and
It feels
nasty.
like a slug going up my leg.
Yeah, like get the fuck off of me. And it's just like that guy, you kind of feel for him. And you're just like, well, what am I supposed to do here? And it's so buttoned up on
We're
one
just going
side.
through our non-sex phase. It's okay. That's what he says. There's some good lines in this.
There's some
I
great
like it,
lines in this.
and it is very dry, and it gave me another sensation of. I just watched Ghost World recently, and there were
Oh,
some
what'd you
line
think of that?
deliveries, and that's good. And there were some deliveries in this movie that reminded me of Ghost World, specifically at the beginning of the movie when he steals Louis from. She steals Louis from her coworker, and they're all like, "She believes in serial monogamy," and then they like repeat the line another time or two. Funny line
Mhm.
and very like dryly delivered. And of course, obviously, you see the seeds in this movie. Piano's coming 4 years later. It's all here.
It's all here. But that's
It's
just,
all here.
but this movie is just,
The thing with the question mark is such an odd, surreal, where the sort of loop in his hair and then the
mhm.
mole on his forehead makes a question mark, which she views as some sort of divine sign that they are supposed to be together. There's a lot of this weird.
But they don't, but she thinks that they're destined to be together, but over time, through, I think, just being domestically together or just with somebody along on, she becomes very complacent and
But then they get back together
and then they get back together.
because her sister dies.
Yeah.
I don't like
Bec-
that she dies.
Well, first off, that happens all the time. Not the death part, but the fact that like through tragedy you go back to
No,
something
no,
that was
I
familiar and
totally get that. Yeah, you're
that
like,
that
oh, it has completely made me realize that I wasn't prioritizing the right things, and I was in a much better place when we were together. And also this
well,
reactive need to
go back to
get
something
some sort
safe.
of protection. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
which is like I totally get it. Um I think a much more mature film would have finally grappled with Sweetie's disorders by the end of it, though. From those other characters, I don't like that she dies. I don't like the way she dies either. I think it's pretty
I mean,
lame.
what do you want him to do? Sit in a circle and talk about her
No, but I
mental
think that
health
there. I
problems?
think that you can. It's not about that. It's just realizing that, like, even in her death, you could realize that you were part of this cause, like or that they're or
Well, they
push it.
take the very emotional route of seeing her as a young girl, which I think is
I mean, that's fair.
it's a simple idea and it's a pretty obvious idea, but
Yeah.
it has potency nonetheless.
Well, people still have regret, Jay, even in
Well,
things
it's
that
her
they can do.
dad who has always sort of seen her that way. So, in a
Yeah,
certain way,
he's.
there's a tragedy to that idea too, where he's like, this is
I'm
the
never
person
gonna
that I've
not
always
see
seen. And
her.
because I refused to let her grow up in my mind, she,
Yeah,
I
that's
sort
true.
of aided her into turning into this very
Yeah,
troubled
that's
person.
yeah. Okay. No, you're right. I mean, that's pretty.
And it's very simple. I'm glad they weren't like,
Well, I'm not
and
saying
and that's where we messed up with Sweetie.
that's not what I'm saying at all. I just I think that there could have been outside of the realism, there could have been much more of a because this movie is very loud and it's very talky, and I, I think that it is okay to have a moment or two, or even through Kay's narration, which is a reflection of years later of her speaking on the fact of this tragedy. I don't need them to have a full on Tom Hooper fucking King speech moment. All right. I need them to just, you
That'd be
know,
pretty good.
maybe honestly even say her Kay saying something like, my father never recovered from this,
Colin Firth is
or
Sweetie.
yeah, put that camera close up on his face. But like, no, I think that I think because this is such a this is such a seismic loss. It demands a little bit more of a
It ends
of an
very
ending.
abruptly.
Yeah,
It
I think
does.
it demands a little bit more just of like the to tie everything better off at the end. I think that that's okay. I'm not asking Jake, come on. I don't want some sort of melodramatic BS ending. You know me better than that. Like I don't want that. That's not what
You're the
I'm
guy who
asking.
likes ordinary people, man.
Oh, don't eat. Oh my God. Fuck you.
I like ordinary people.
No, you don't.
I
You've
do.
established clearly enough how much that ending's great. Like, what are you
The
talking
ending of
about?
Ordinary People is very good. I like Ordinary People a lot. You just love it.
I love that
I
movie.
like Network a lot, and I like Ordinary People a lot. But everyone else at Awards Watch is just obsessed with those movies, and I'm like, yeah,
I don't watch those movies all the time, but I think that they're
it'd be tough to
masterpieces.
watch Ordinary People all the time.
Yeah, I think
It'd be
yeah,
tough.
you probably have to come over to my house and be like, Ryan,
But
we're
I'm
putting
not
this disc
immune
away.
to like melodrama either. I love Terms
No.
of Endearment.
Oh
Um,
man, what a great movie.
yeah,
I was thinking
James
about that
Brooks
one the
would
other
be
day.
fun.
That would be fun.
Little Ella McKay.
You know what I'm saying? She is a what is she, a governor?
She's running for governor, I believe.
Or she's interim governor. No, she's not running for anything. She's just interim.
I don't know. I've watched like 25 minutes of that movie.
Oh, you know who else is a governor?
I don't
No,
think she's a government official. Well, I guess the person dies, right? So how does
no,
it?
she doesn't die.
No, not her.
Nobody dies. Albert Brooks is
Albert Brooks gets kicked out.
he gets kicked out because he's a naughty boy, just like me,
He's a
McQuade.
he's got a little bit of too much bill in him, man.
Yeah,
He
I,
resigns,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
leaving Ella to take over as governor for the remaining 14 months of his tenure.
Ellen McKay, starring I.O. Debris.
How many Oscars did that win?
It won every single one of those Oscars.
I'm guessing that's the last James L. Brooks movie we get. No,
I don't know. I thought the last one was going to be the last one. I almost kept going with the Clinton until you
I
were
mean he's
reading some of the stuff.
86 now, and that movie made $5 million.
Can I tell you something I saw last night? Not to timestamp this episode.
Sure.
I saw the clip or the video of over in New York.
Of Sean Levy talking about Taika Waititi's.
No,
Oh,
you're gonna feel like a real dick when I say this.
okay.
They had a screening of Mikey and Nikki, and Elaine May showed up,
Oh, that's pretty
and
awesome.
she got to speak there. And I'm
Did she
just
talk
like,
about us covering her on this podcast?
well, yeah. The fact that we didn't get an invite to that's kind of bullshit.
That's crazy.
Um, I'm just saying, we did that podcast, and then she just shows up out of the blue after being in seclusion for years. Go fuck yourselves, people. We're the culture setters around here. All right.
She's coming on for Power of the Dog.
You think so?
I booked her.
I mean, everybody knows who's coming on for Power of the Dog on this series. Like,
Benedict.
it's
Benny.
actually Sam Elliott.
What's Benedict been up to? Probably a conversation for the Power of the Dog episode,
Probably
not the
for
Sweetie episode.
probably
But
not the Sweetie episode. Do better, please. God damn it. Talk about this movie.
well, I have been talking about it. I like it. It is
Oh no, you don't. I mean, you think it's
I like
good.
it fine.
You like it fine.
I
I
yeah,
love
three
it when
star
you're
three,
like when
three
you're like
stars.
I like it fine. It's a 3-star film.
Three-star film.
It's a
One of we say it
respectable.
honestly too often.
God, I love when you're about what you're about to say. It's a phrase that we say all the time.
I thought it had some stuff in it. I'm so excited to see what's coming next.
I respect it. Can't wait to see what they do next.
So excited to see them get some more resources.
Who's somebody
kinda
that you've
spread their
seen?
wings a little more.
Have you seen anything this year that you kind of have that?
This year?
Have you,
I don't know. I'd have to go and
you know,
let's take a brief gander
I
here.
know the number one person that is this.
Okay.
The number one, I see what you're doing here. I respect it. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Okay.
Kane Parsons in Backrooms.
Well, I haven't seen Backrooms, so
I think that movie is
cannot
like
speak to it.
fine, but visually and aesthetically, like he's doing things. I just wish that narratively he wasn't doing some things. And so, as a visualist, I think he's going to be pretty good.
Well, the word is that he might be doing a Portal movie next.
Probably makes sense.
Apparently, he loves Portal.
I mean, he liked Backrooms and he made a box office
I
sensation.
mean, Portal has a kind of similar aesthetic to
Portal's been like
Backrooms.
tough to crack. People have been trying to crack that sucker for years.
It's not the most narrative forward game
No,
ever.
you got to have like kind of an original mind in order to. It's kind of
Yeah.
like you can do whatever you want inside of it,
Yeah.
inside that
But
property.
video game internet stuff, it's on the rise.
Yeah, it really
We're
is.
dinosaurs, Ryan.
What are you talking about?
We're too old now. You got to be 25 or under to make movies. Yeah.
Or you got to be Christopher
I
Nolan.
am just flabbergasted by the obsession thing.
I think it's
At a certain point, it starts
it's
to feel like
fascinating.
money laundering. Like, I'm like, how?
Do you think
How did
it's
it
like
make $2 million again today?
do you think that it's like a sound of freedom or sound of yeah,
Something.
where you're just like
Is it
how
is it just 20-year-olds going over and over and over again? Is that what's happening?
can I tell you something? So last night I went to the drive-in and I went to see Supergirl. Not that I mean it was fine. I don't understand why that movie was made. You'll never get me to understand why that movie was made. And so there's three theaters, right,
Mm-hmm.
for the drive-in people to go to. So you can go to the one theater which had Supergirl and Masters of the Universe. You could go to the other theater which had Toy Story 5 and the late film was Mandalorian and Grogu. And
Hell
the
yeah.
Toy Story 5, crazy. It was
Packed
still packed. Supergirl was fine. Like our area was perfectly fine.
for the first day it's coming out. Not ideal.
Not great.
Yeah.
If I'm able to keep the car on, it's not good
Yeah.
because you can keep the car on at a drive-in if no one's around you.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen for movies that people are anticipating. Then we have to pull the fans out or whatever.
Right.
Uh, Obsession had as many people as the Supergirl one did, as many
It's been out for
cars.
like a month and a half or
Like
something.
2 months at this point. It feels like, and it was at festivals and all this other stuff. Like
It's
I'm
crazy.
not saying I think the movie's good. I've kind of softened on my stance now. Though I will say I like this movie a lot when nobody knew what it was. And now it's become
Well, I think that
so
seems to be
popular that I'm
kind
like,
of
God damn it,
how it's
everybody's
happening. It's getting hoisted by its own petard a little
petard.
bit,
I
where
love when you do that. When you say that,
people are
that's a great
it's
phrase.
cursed by its own success, where people are, it's like,
I'm not saying I'm going to
I
turn
liked
around
it.
and
I
hate
liked
it.
it before everybody else liked it.
Well, I just
But then
also
when you start
I
hearing other stupider people talk about how they like it and why they like it, you're like, maybe I don't like this as much as I thought I did.
yeah. Well, I think the other thing is it's like I'm flabbergasted at people calling it a comedy. Even like saying that King Parsons like there's some comedic bits. I'm like, no, this movie. I watched it at a festival and nobody laughed. We were horrified at what we were watching, and I think that that's the intention. You know,
$341 million
it's going to make more than Mandalorian and Grogu.
by a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Do you think Sweetie, if it was released nowadays, would be able to do that?
I think it would be the obsession of
New Zealand.
domestic dramedies.
Yeah. Well, talk about
Where,
talk
where's
about
Mandalorian and Grogu at?
talk about Sweetie as a character.
Oh, okay, it's really close. 330
Oh,
Mandalorian, 341 Obsession. But Obsession is going to keep
it's
going
gonna keep.
at a
It's just gonna be at a good pace,
more of a
steadiness.
pace than Grogu. Grogu's done. Grogu's
Well,
cooked.
Obsession's about to be done too. It's not gonna hang on to those theaters with the minions on the way
The
and Toy
minions
Story,
are going to be what kills Obsession.
but then
I was
it'll
looking
be.
at going to I was looking at going to a movie today.
But then it's gonna be
Obsession still has a lot of theaters.
the gentle
Backrooms is
minions.
basically done.
Yeah, Backrooms is gone.
Yeah. Grogu is basically gone.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, what about Sweetie?
talk about her as a character. When you,
She's a fascinating character, very chill and mellow and good hang.
yeah, would you hang out with her?
Absolutely not. I would. She scares me a lot. She's
Because
very intimidating and confident most of the time, but also is that confidence just sort of a defense mechanism for the insecurity that she possesses.
I think it's a great performance by Genevieve Levin in this movie.
I agree. It's a great performance, very memorable. She's going big, but that is what is being asked of her because
She's the lightning
she's
bolt
as much a
inside this.
force as a
Yeah,
person. She's a representation of
breaking through the norm.
yeah, of disrupting and just being different and how scary being different can be. And being 100% yourself can turn you into something that is at once appealing and destructive and completely disregarding sort of the cultural norms surrounding you, juxtaposed against her sister, who is so obsessed with maintaining appearances. And that they are both so extreme on either end that it does cause a little bit of this breaking of reality where it's hard for me to relate to either of them. But at various points, they both have different appeals to them. I think the two of them as like a seesaw balancing act is a very well done relationship.
This is the start of a great relationship that Lemon and Campion had. They found each other through the process of making this. This is her acting debut,
Yeah.
and then she's in The Piano. She's in Power of the Dog. She's in Top of the Lake.
Yep.
She's in a couple of other
One of
films.
her
Then
great collaborators.
one of her great collaborations. She's in Holy Smoke. Um, and I think
You
she's
ever
in.
seen Holy Smoke?
No, that's another one I haven't seen.
That's such a weird movie.
Okay, I will watch it for this series. But Campion created this character. This was the first character that she created for the film, and
Do
kind
we
of
need to talk about her background a little bit?
about
Campion?
Campion. Sure,
Yeah.
let's talk about it. Go ahead.
So she's from New Zealand.
Did you say that almost with an accent there?
I don't know that
You,
I can pull off New Zealand. I can do Australian,
I
and I
don't
think I
want you.
can kind of do South African.
I don't want you to do no. I almost did. I almost did Liverpool there.
I have to. The only way I know how to get to New Zealand is Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, a little bit of Brit,
Brit,
you know, and Jermaine, you know,
Jermaine,
Jermaine.
Brit.
Yeah,
It's sort of like whimsical Australian is how I
yeah,
think of
yeah,
New
exactly.
Zealand.
But then that also then sounds like a stereotype as well.
For sure, yeah. Which is why we're not going to do it. Uh,
Even though we just
we will
tried
only say Brit in Jermaine.
Jermaine and
Um,
in Vegemite.
so
Vegemite.
here's the thing about Jane Campion. Nepo baby.
Oh boy.
Nepo baby. Her sort of, not really, but her great grandfather founded a very well-known shoe manufacturer in New Zealand.
Oh boy.
The house where he grew up is like a national monument in New Zealand. Like it's a historical landmark. So a very important person in New Zealand. So grew up with money, and what do you do when you have money? You go into the arts. So her dad, I believe, was a in theater, like a theater director, and then her mom was an actress, writer, and heiress. What a cool thing to be called on your Wikipedia page, an heiress, which basically just means she never had to work.
Hmm.
That's awesome. I wish I never had to work. But she took to the arts. She grew up in a very artistic household, but didn't really want to get into the creative arts in the same way that her parents were. I think just as sort of this rebellious impulse. And so she actually studied anthropology in college. And then she ended up saying, you know what? I actually like art. I'm going to go back to that. Let's do that. I kind of got an in the art world. So she got interested specifically in still painting before later being like, you know what? Painting, it's missing a few things. Moving images, sound, cameras. I like those things. Painting ain't it for me. I'm going to go make movies. And then she goes and makes movies. It's not the most interesting origin story of any filmmaker ever. But by the time we reach the 1980s, she starts making short films. She won the short film Palme d'Or at the 1986 Cannes Film Festival. So she got some notoriety for that. Then she made that TV movie Two Friends, and then we get to this film. So, I mean, honestly, it's not they're not going to be making a Jane Campion biopic, I don't think, based on her upbringing. She was just sort of like, I would like to make movies, and then she started making movies, and she was good at it. But I don't know, maybe there's something interesting there about shoe sales. Maybe it's a Marty Supreme-esque tale of a hustler learning going from shoe sales to directing Benedict Cumberbatch in a homoerotic cowboy movie.
No, we'll see.
We will see.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little Chalamet out at the moment.
Well, you've got very personal
Yeah, I could.
qualms with Chalamet
No,
at the moment.
no, it's not even that though. I mean, that doesn't help. Um,
Well, he hasn't been in anything.
well, I mean, he's gonna be in Dune.
Well, yeah, but how are you Chalamet out? You're just pre-Chalamet out.
Well, I think the Marty Supreme stuff.
It's
I
just
think that
because of
it's
the
gonna be in
Knicks. Just
Dune.
because of the Knicks thing.
No, I think also he's in like every commercial now, and the Cowshy of it all. He was in an Adidas commercial I saw the other night. Like,
It's just the Knicks thing.
it's a little too much. It's a little oversaturated. Go away for a little bit.
Are you
Go away
mad
for a
at
little bit.
Spike?
Absolutely not. I love Spike. I'll never be mad at that guy. He's not done anything wrong. He's not an. Here's the thing.
Are you gonna watch the Ben Stiller Knicks movie?
Absolutely the fuck not. I hope fucking fucker-in-law tanks at the box office. Like
You know,
that's the person, honestly, that I truly just I'm like, get out of here. Like
he's a
Spike
big Knicks fan.
Spike has been there from the big like Spike is like integral
Can he
to it.
not be a Knicks fan?
No, because he's kicking out like I heard this on the big picture. Shout out to Sean Fennessy. Congratulations, your team won. Who gives a shit? Um, about like them, like Ben Stiller and Chalamet and
I
that
regret
celebrity
this
kicking
immensely.
out like Julianne Moore to the third row or fourth row because she's been like a Nick fan that's been there since like the bad days. And here's the problem. You can't just show up when you're good, Jay. You guys show up through the bad shit as well. You know this. You know this with your teams. It's like you can't just show up when the Falcons are going to the Super Bowl. You got to show up when they suck.
Ben
You know what
Stiller
I
is a
mean?
lifelong Knicks super fan who has been attending games since 1974.
In the front row?
Interesting.
In the front row?
Well, no,
No, he doesn't want
because he
that.
wasn't
Because he
famous
never
in
knew. What
1974.
was he famous like 5 years ago? Sitting in the front row at every game?
Do you think he wasn't in the front row because he didn't want to be in the front row?
Oh, it sounds like he just wants to be, look at me. Fucking prick. Get out of here, fucker.
Well, it was probably because he was making that movie.
It's gonna suck. Nobody gives a shit about that movie. Of course, it's what?
Um,
It's backed by an AI generated company now in A24.
yeah, that's an odd thing.
You think that like every what do you Jay? What do you think about the fact that like Luca Guadagnino's film is like about is against Sam Altman and now like nobody's picking it up? It sucks,
Unfortunately,
right?
not surprising.
Not surprising, but like when Amazon greenlit that movie, what did they think they were gonna get? Did they think they were gonna get a pretty like positive review from old Luca?
I didn't realize it was sort of directly a Sam Altman movie.
It is.
I thought it was just an AI. I mean, I know that now, but
Yeah.
when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, it's just about
I
people
knew it
making
was like
AI.
I didn't know if
It's
it
about
was
tech
gonna be
oligarchs generally. Nope.
at
It's about
first I
people.
didn't know it was gonna be directly just saying his name and then yeah, it then turned out to be that way. Kind of just
Yeah, I saw A24 reps say like, we're not really fans of generative AI, but we want to make sure we have a seat at the table, depending on how this goes. It's like,
such a fucking stupid move.
all right,
Way to lose
very
people.
cool.
And they're like, but this won't affect our films. I'm like, sure it won't. Sure it won't.
So, there's
But
been an interesting sort of backlash to some of the formerly most revered film entities
I think
recently.
there's only one
A24,
left. There's only one left.
Alamo is now like reviled.
Mubi. Movie's got like
Mubi had like the Saudi funding or
Saudi
something.
money. Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. So it's down to one studio
Neon?
left.
Are we still just, are they the
Neon's
only
the
good
only
one
one
left?
left. They're the kings of the, and honestly, they're the kings of the castle right now.
Well, Paramount. We
I
love
got,
Paramount.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna be a mess.
CBS News, I love.
60 Minutes totally rocks now. Now they got rid of all those
Oh,
acts.
they finally, ugh,
I'm
thank
so glad
goodness.
Colbert doesn't have a job.
Yeah, well,
Remember when you were kind of being a little prickly about that? That wasn't a good
I,
thing.
I did not realize the background of really what was going on. I still
Yeah.
maintain that what happened to Colbert as a television personality is one of the great tragedies of our
Sure,
time.
but that's not exclusive to the I mean like it's not exclusive. They don't
I'm
float in the
not
same
mad. I'm
waters.
not mad that Stephen Colbert's The Late Show is gone. I do not care. It was a bad show and Stephen
Yeah,
Colbert absolutely sold out.
but it should
But
have gone for
it
different
should still
reasons.
exist in some form and it shouldn't have ended because of some corporate interest
Political reasons.
merger
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So, Colbert will be all right.
That was a very great answer, JD Vance. Thank you very much for that.
I mean, like it's
Do you think
the
we could
way
get him
that
on the pod? He's talking to everybody right
the
now.
way that it happened sucks, but that show sucked as well.
What do
So
you
it
That's fair. I just think he seems like a nice guy though.
he seems like a very nice guy.
And
I agree.
that's the thing. It's like everybody likes him. Shouldn't have happened this way.
But he used to be like important.
He could probably do like a podcast or something like Conan and be successful. Amy Poehler
Sure,
switched
he
that and
probably
did
will.
fine.
Yeah.
You know, just riff off of Conan.
Just sell out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
perfect.
no, Conan's not selling out when he's doing his
Conan
podcast.
eh,
Is
I mean, it's a
Conan
lot of money for
selling out?
not. It's not. It's a lot of money for not a lot of work. I mean, good gig if you can get it. But
I mean, he's keeping all that staff still employed. Like, I mean, good for him.
I mean, the not selling out stuff he's doing is the HBO stuff, the
Yeah.
stuff that is like high effort,
God,
and the
that's.
Oscars.
Have you seen the HBO show that Conan does?
It's good.
So good.
Yeah,
There's like
he's
a
one of
bit
the
when
funniest guys.
there's a bit when he goes to like Freud's house or whatever and just dresses as Freud and like does a session with the guy. It's hysterical.
He's one of the funniest guys.
One of the funniest humans. He's good in Toy Story 5. I liked him.
Yeah, I liked him. The
I mean,
character doesn't make any sense, but
the mechanics of that movie don't really work. But
no, that is
but the
one of the
heart's there.
rare. That is one of the rare Pixar movies where it's like this does not fit. The logic of this does not make any sense
Do you know
whatsoever.
when I thought about you in the film?
When?
I thought about you when the whole like chatting sequence was happening and you freaking out about like how the fuck did you talk to somebody like 30 minutes away from our house, and then you would be like, yeah, didn't you, we had this conversation, like you would have like freaked out about like, what are you talking about? This is you talking to my child. And then you would have been like, oh my god, like
Yes,
you got
that
corrupted,
the lack
you know?
of parental
Yeah,
controls in Toy Story 5 is absolutely reality breaking in that movie.
it's almost
Just
as
this
like,
idea that the lily pad even comes with a chat function, honestly, is ludicrous.
but it also is like it's the type of parenting that's
The
not
only
just
way that you could do a lily pad is if it was on like a closed circuit where you could only communicate with specific other
yeah, but but
lily pads on a closed loop as well.
sure. I guess it's trying to say that like this is like the next thing to like an iPad, like which
No, I mean
is
that's what it is, but they are too young to have that and it be
yeah.
that
But
all
you would be
powerful.
surprised how many motherfucking children these days have a fucking iPad,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean maybe, but
You don't put Jet in front of the iPad.
no, the only time he has an iPad is if we're on like a long road trip. He can watch Disney Plus in the back seat or
I
whatever.
mean, that makes sense,
Yeah,
but not like
that's
when
just
you're
like it's
going to
just like a
dinner.
TV. No, I mean, I used to be so judgmental of those people that do that.
But you get it now, don't you?
Yeah, when I had an 8-month old who wouldn't stop crying, I
Crying.
was like, man, just give me 45 minutes, brother. Just
Yeah.
like I understand the urge to
Give me.
plop a kid down with an iPad. I won't do that. The only time I have done that is if he's getting really antsy and we still need a little bit of time. I'll pop the phone on the kickstand and show him some Bluey or whatever. But that's a real in case of emergency type deal. The thing that still does irk me is when the kids are at the table with like headphones. Um, and it's we have, and I am as guilty of this as anybody. I mean, if I go take the trash out, I put a podcast on for 2.5 minutes. I mean,
I'm playing a video game. I got a
I'm
podcast on.
incredibly
You
guilty
know.
of, oh yeah. If there's like a passive thing I'm doing, I also have a podcast on.
Yeah. Like I got a podcast. I got music on. I got some an
Yeah.
audiobook. Something.
I need stimulation like at all times. It's horrible.
I like over.
Um,
I mean, shit. I'll overstimulate myself
but
if that have to be.
we have just lost the ability to be bored.
That's
Uh,
fine.
no, it's not.
For me, it is. I like
Being
staying
bored is
busy.
good.
I like staying busy.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
there's no time for reflection, you know?
Yeah. Well, that can be when I'm dead.
Yeah, I'll reflect when I'm dead.
Dead. It's
Like
kind of like
Sweetie.
it's kind of like the motto of this movie. Reflect on that shit when someone's dead.
Yep.
I was gonna say like going to the lack of parenting in this. You know, I think the guy that plays her dad's pretty good in the movie.
He's quite good. Not really an actor.
No, that's the other thing. A lot of this movie is pieced together by a lot of non-actors or first-time actors, first-time filmmaker, female-centric crew. Very, very put together. And I feel for them. I mean, like, I don't think that there's a solution. Like, this is a problem that a lot of people face, Jay. And like, because there's no resources, there's no sense of direction. There's a place or no really a sense of way to help people. Sort of people like Sweetie kind of fall through the cracks in a lot of ways. Their issues are not addressed, and then I mean it's not as tragic as falling out of a treehouse, but it's definitely which is the I gotta say one of the silliest deaths I've seen in quite some time.
It is
It's very silly.
shown in a very unconvincing manner.
It's
And
done
then the
it,
kid is like clinging onto the tree.
yeah, but then she fell through it.
I like that kid though. It's a cool kid.
Annoying little prick. But like I mean, she does kind of have like almost like a Talia al Ghul kind of death scene, a little bit.
That's exactly what I was thinking of was Dark Knight Rises while I was watching this movie. It was
Well,
Dark Knight
like
Rises and Batman versus Superman were the two
listen,
movies I
if
was
you
thinking
ever
of.
have a bad death, we didn't.
Your mind immediately goes to Talia al Ghul.
It's one of the worst deaths ever in the history of cinema.
It's pretty tough.
It's like, and there's no way to stop the bot. Like it's that bad. It's like she snuggles up for a nap. And this is no dissimilar. Like she falls and she's like, oh, and then she just
It's not
dies.
really clear what is
What
the
got her?
cause of death is other
Yeah.
than fall. Like,
Did
is there a
wood
piece
get
of
in there?
wood in her back? Is it
Yeah.
a brain injury?
It doesn't really.
It's very fast for her to be there and then all of a sudden not.
Yeah, that's why it's such a weird thing
It is one of the only things in this film that feels kind of amateurish.
for real.
Jane Campion would never ever do anything that.
You're about to make a
know.
big statement, and then you're just kind of thinking back whether you should.
No, I mean I'm
walk
just saying
down
she
on
would
this.
never do anything that amateurish ever again in her career.
That's fair, but
I meant
it's
it as a
rough.
compliment to her later work.
Yeah, but you kind of also made it as a backhanded statement about this, which
Yeah,
is
it's bad in this.
yeah. It's not,
Sorry,
oh,
sorry, Jane.
do better. Oh wait, you do.
Probably not going to come on the pod anymore.
You think she would?
Um,
No.
that's. I mean, what is her?
Like I was saying,
She seems pretty reclusive, I guess.
are you going to email about getting the vice president on?
JD,
He's doing like every podcast.
he is
right
doing
now.
everything.
For
He's
that
really ramping up
stupid book.
that next election.
He's gonna win.
Ron Howard, damn you!
This guy's gonna like waltz into being president because fucking
Oh,
Amy.
he wrote that book that was like
It's like
How I
about
Came Back to Christianity, right?
yeah, and
Isn't that
it's
the book
just
he wrote?
and
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
pretty
why
cool.
don't you shut the fuck up and go
Um,
date Erica Kirk on the side of your wife? Did you see that video with him and his wife? Um, where she's doing like a story time she's like, and my guest today is the vice president of the United States, my husband, and she goes and he goes like, what's up? And he like pats her on the leg, like they're like they're business associates.
haven't seen that one, but it sounds electric.
It's
I'm sure their
so
marriage is great.
it's so wild that they're having a third child. It's totally not
They're having
his.
another kid.
Yeah,
How old is JD? Like in
gotta
his mid 40s.
gotta be mid 40s, but it looks like he's 60.
Hey, come on.
Hey, when you're around that
Go
much,
easy on him.
no, the one that looks the worst is the White House. Who's the woman that is the oh god, the press secretary.
JD Vance is 41.
Jade, type up White House press secretary.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Caroline Levitt, I think is her name.
Yeah.
Am I right about that? Now that woman
Okay, so here's what I will
is our
say about
age,
here's what I will say.
and she's married to like an 80-year-old.
She is actually significantly younger than us, right?
And she looks like that though.
Look, all right. I mean, I could go on a rant about how every young person now wants to look old.
It's a really stupid thing.
It's very strange.
Why do they want to do that?
I think they want to look like more mature, but then that maturity just ages them faster
Is this like a clavicular
later.
thing?
When's he coming on the pod?
Have you seen some of the shit where he's walking around
oh my
France and he
God.
looks like a moron?
I'm like, what am I supposed to do about having a
A child.
young son in the world that exists right now?
We haven't
I've gone
talked about.
down some pretty deep rabbit holes on what 15 to 25-year-olds are into right now.
It's called obsession in backrooms. Some.
It is dire.
Well,
I mean, I
give me
don't
some. I mean, like it's. I mean, to the point.
I mean, they
In
did
this
that
movie,
Louis,
there's
they
a
did the
dire
Louis,
situation with this.
They
With
did
this
the Louis
character.
Theroux. Do you see that documentary, the Manosphere Louis Theroux documentary?
I have not seen that.
It's not that good of a documentary, but it does show you what people are into. And I was already kind of aware of it, so it wasn't that revelatory to me. But if you're not aware of like, are you familiar with Fresh and Fit?
This doesn't sound good. No, I'm not aware of this.
You should check out the Louis Theroux documentary then.
I don't want to watch a documentary. Just tell me about it. How bad is this?
It's so bad.
What is it?
It's like it's a podcast live like Twitch thing
Okay.
with just like extraordinarily misogynist men. And it's extremely popular. And who's the Tate Andrew Tate.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he on
It's
that?
sort of Tate adjacent.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I,
it's just
can I say something?
it's
I honestly
no good.
think
It's no good.
I honestly think the like Shane Gillis and what's that other guy that's that was on the guy that made the George Floyd joke on the Kevin Hart thing, the
Hinchcliffe.
Hinchcliffe. I think some of those guys are just as big as part of the problem too.
Don't bucketize those two together. I think they're in two different categories.
Well, they hang out all the time, so I can literally they are literally at each other's shows all the time.
Yeah, they're definitely they're in the same.
Gillis isn't as bad as
sphere-ish.
Hinchcliffe, but Hinchcliffe is definitely like has them on all the time. And then
Well, the other thing is
they branch off to Rogan. You know,
The other thing is
so-
Shane Gillis is funny and Tony Hinchcliffe is not. That's
Gillis
definitely
is-
part of it.
some things that Gillis says, but then other stuff is just like it's again. This is the type of humor that these guys are.
He's an interesting one because like
A weird fucker.
SNL weirdly embracing him again was a
After
very
the whole,
odd
like,
development.
Well, it's so crazy. It's like, oh, we'll embrace him, but our more popular cast member Bowen Yang is Asian, and he made terrible Asian jokes.
Yeah,
And
it was weird.
it's
that
got to
he
be an
fired.
awkward Monday on the on the first page read.
Yeah.
You know, But like, no, I mean, our friends also have two young boys, and I am like, what is the world going to be? Because I mean, like Jay, was our generation any better?
Well, that is always the question you have to ask yourself is,
I
was
think so.
my dad worrying about me for Grand Theft Auto for the same, like whatever
Oh,
the
Grand
thing
Theft
was
Auto
at the
5
time?
or Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out.
Was it, or is this just a universal thing that happens to every generation? But I
But
feel like it's different.
I feel like it's worse because of this
It's
chronically
so
online generation.
regressive. Like, I mean, they talk about like women shouldn't have the right to vote.
Well, then there's the whole like what's his face, the Nick Fuenteses of the world.
Well, that's
That stuff is
three
crazy.
levels even further.
Yeah, I know about that motherfucker, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like they don't even think like being with a woman is good enough, you know?
And
Like,
he's popular.
yeah, that's the thing.
He's
All these people
he's
are
he
popular.
is very popular among the next generation of voters.
Listen, there's a reason why going on fucking Rogan's podcast helped out people in the last election. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen this go around because it seems like there are a lot of people that are pissed off at the results of what's going on in
Well,
our
they keep
country. But
saying, who's the Rogan of the left or whatever.
oh, and then they
Um,
tried to what? They tried to make that a Son Piker, and
yeah, I guess I don't know.
I don't know. They just don't. That's the other thing is because those people say so many like crazy things. People are attracted to watching crazy, stupid shit.
Well,
It
that's what it
like
is. It's
that's why.
idiocracy, right?
Well, I mean, it's why reality television shows do better on regular television than like scripted dramas. You
Anyway,
know,
Sweetie falls off a treehouse, dies, and then next thing you know, boom, Donald Trump president. What the hell, man? I'm not saying the two are related, but one happened and then the other happened.
I mean, they were both just absolute disasters from the inside out. Um, yeah, it's I feel bad for you, buddy. I really do.
It is just
Honestly, I'm not trying to
it's just
tie
going to
it back
take
into this,
curation.
but I mean, you're doing a hell of a lot more thinking about your child's future than I think the family in this film are, and that's the sort of
Well, it used to be really easy to passively raise your child,
yeah, that's
and now it's
the
not
very
because of the
laissez-faire.
internet.
It's not just Australia here in this in the or New Zealand in this film. It's like America, like my parents. I grew up. You and I grew up at the same time in the '90s.
Hmm.
My parents would like. My mom would be like, "Listen, it's $10 on the table. Go outside, have fun with
Be
your
home
friends in
by
the neighborhood.
8.
Be home by the sun
Be home
comes
by
down.
dark.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
home by dark. We were the last generation to do that. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They don't.
Can't do it.
You can't do it. Like, do you trust your kid at 9, 10 years old in your neighborhood that you're going to move to, if he has friends and whatnot, to leave $10 on a table and go out in the world and play basketball or getting up into wild, crazy shit and do it or discover things? The idea of discovery anymore isn't in the wild; it's on a phone. That's the
Stand by
thing.
me, more like stand by me in the house because you're not going anywhere.
Stand by the
You're not
charger.
going to find a dead body
You know,
out in
no,
the woods like we
you're
all
gonna
did when we were kids.
no, you're gonna find Cavicular and Andrew Tate and some of the worst people on the planet. And you'd be like, Dad, what's this podcast? You know? So yeah, that's
Dad,
the
what's your least favorite amendment?
wait,
Buddy,
what are amendments? Because we don't fucking have those anymore. That's kind of where we're at. Anyway, no, I think the thing, ties back into this film is the tragic nature of it. It's like I feel like these two girls are stuck. It's generational, just laissez-faire attitude. You have one that did not get enough care, and you got enough that got too much care. It's a sad state, buddy.
it's a nature nurture thing too.
Yeah,
Kay clearly has just a different core of her being than Sweetie
everybody,
does.
everybody learns and is loved differently.
Yeah.
We have different languages. What's your love language?
Um, Criterion.
Well, no, like when, like, how do you like to receive love?
I mean, I guess what are the terms that they use for this? It's like reinforcement or like touch.
Positive reinforcement.
I don't know.
Isn't like buying things one of them? Like it. How do you
Yeah, I don't know. There's a
how do
bunch
you?
of different terms for it. Touch it is probably mine, but I'm sure 95% of men probably say that. So
Well, no. Like if I came up to you, you wouldn't want me to touch you. I
no,
mean,
but that's not love. We're talking about love.
well, I love you, buddy.
I know. Different
I
kind of love.
I give you. Well, you don't know. No, that's not always what it is. No, it's a universal love. It's not just about like having sex.
Love language. Five love languages explained. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Explain it on this
Physical
episode.
touch,
There you go. There you go.
quality time,
Yeah, you like spend
acts
quality
of
time?
service,
There you go.
gifts, words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Definitely not words of affirmation. I hate getting complimented.
You rock.
Um, Gifts, no, not really.
What do you like when I give you
Acts of
gifts?
service, I would say,
Does acts
and
of
physical
service
touch.
wait, does acts of service and physical touch go hand in hand?
Well, why don't you ask Deshaun Jackson about that?
Oh Jesus, no! No! For the love of God, listeners, don't look that up.
Or next, sorry, Deshaun Watson. I think I said
Deshaun.
Deshaun
Oh
Jackson.
no. I think I knew what you were talking about, but
Yeah,
you got it wrong. Deshaun
yeah.
Watson. Can, can I say one thing about that?
Punchy up today.
Can I say one thing about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of like a Tiger Woods thing, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like he was having all that stuff happen, and then after it was all
And then he was
exposed,
when he was good. You're saying like he was good when he was being a
and
demon,
he's doing
and
these
then
terrible
he
things.
stopped being a demon, and now he's
Yeah.
bad. Well, Tiger got hurt.
Well, so did Deshaun Watson. He's had like all these bad injuries,
Yeah,
leg injuries and stuff. It's crazy. It's nasty. It's disgusting.
Tiger's driving me to the airport tomorrow.
You in the front of the back seat on that one. Would you trust? No, you would not trust him to drive you anywhere.
No, the Tiger thing is tough.
He has so much money. He doesn't need to drive himself.
Well, I know it's crazy that he still drives himself.
Like,
He was my favorite athlete for a long time.
I
I
mean,
thought he was the man.
can't. I mean,
But even when he won the Masters, his last Masters, I was like
I,
glued to the
I,
couch.
I cried at the end of that.
It was amazing.
I was like, my God, like, this is a story. Like, you can't make this up.
There's gonna be a crazy Tiger Woods movie one day.
Who's gonna film that? Ben Stiller? Bullshit.
Could be good.
No. Get De Niro to do it. Get Owen Wilson to do it.
Curry Baker. Is that his name?
Curry Barker.
Curry Barker.
Curry Baker. Steph Curry. Get Steph Curry to do it. Somebody's gonna do a movie on that guy.
They did. It's called whatever that movie's called.
The animated film that came out.
Yeah, Goat.
Goat. Isn't there like a non subtle jab at LeBron inside that?
I think there's definitely some stuff there.
Well, I mean, fuck, like remember when LeBron made a terrible Space Jam sequel?
I do remember that.
Man,
I'm not saying Goat is a masterpiece, but it's better than Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I'm not saying he's out of the GOAT argument just for that, but like the first Space Jam.
Maybe go watch that. Maybe go watch that one again.
That movie
Get
rules.
back to me.
No, get out of here. The movie rules. Get out of here. You're not gonna try to reevaluate Space Jam for us.
For nostalgic reasons, I enjoy it. But yes, as a piece of art,
You know what?
I think there are
No,
problems with it.
Yeah, but you know what? It has Looney Tunes, and I'll give that
Coyote
forgiveness.
versus Acme.
Totally looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I will say also about Space Jam, it confirmed maybe one of the great comedic talents of our lifetime in Charles Barkley at the time. He's in the film, and Charles is just
Bill Murray is so funny in Space Jam.
so good. See, that's the thing. The people that LeBron got for his movie is like an AI Don Cheadle.
Well, he got Cheadle. I mean, we like Cheadle.
I love Cheadle.
Algae Rhythm.
You know what we just watched that my wife hadn't seen for the first time?
Hmm.
We watched Boogie Nights. She had never seen it.
Mm.
He's so good in that.
My favorite performance.
He's so good in that movie.
Cheeto, man. You get
Those
that
don't.
4K?
Yeah, I think the 4K looks alright.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna be a little like I'd rather watch it on the Blu-ray.
Wow. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about Heat.
Yeah?
Hmm.
I haven't watched the
I
Heat.
prefer the Heat Blu-ray to the Heat 4K.
Honestly, it's kind of if the companies are making these things now, it kind of feels like that's
You like the third party. You like your Criterions and your Arrows. I mean, they
I
do the
like
best work for sure.
or if the directors approved it.
But some of them are really like Jaws looks amazing. That looks
Yeah,
done by
no. Some
Universal.
of them look like The Matrix. Like The Matrix 4K is incredible. But then like the tough thing about watching any 4K after watching these Nolan 4Ks is that man puts so much time and effort into those things.
His are like
And
peak
then
4K.
you watch like a company put one out there for a release and you're like, this is not the same thing. It's not the same
What's
thing.
your what if you're trying to show somebody the power of 4K? What disc are you popping in?
Honestly, might put in Dunkirk,
I think mine is
but
either
Blade,
Tenet or
Blade Run
Jaws
Blade Runner
or
2049 is pretty good.
Django. Or
Django.
you know what one is awesome is High Plains Drifter.
Wait,
That's a
Django Unchained has a 4K?
just Django.
Oh, just Django.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The D is silent, my friend.
Hmm.
Where are we at with Tarantino? A little out right now?
His Q score is fallen.
Oh, Q score. I see what you did there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The whole
I don't
living
know.
in Israel
Do we
thing
have
doesn't help.
anything on the horizon?
I mean, we got Cliff Booth, but he
We
just
got
wrote that.
sure.
It's going to be good.
I don't know. His whole 10 movie thing has always been stupid.
It is a stupid thing, but
And now he might just never make another one because he's too scared to make his last one.
well, because his last one's like kind of the definitive statement.
I mean, it's a great movie.
It's a phenomenal movie.
I
But
love the
every day
movie.
he talks it.
I can't wait to rewatch that one again for Cliff Booth.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome to just put on.
Hmm.
What a rewatchable
That
film.
is a fun movie to just put on.
Yeah, it's good vibes.
I cackled in the movie theater at that movie.
Oh,
What part do you think I cackled at?
when they're beating up the Mansons.
Mm,
No.
well, it was when he busted out the flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
Anyone
was
want some fried sauerkraut?
well, no, when he does it later in the
Oh, at the
at
end.
the
Yeah,
pool.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I meant.
yeah,
So, because
it's so good.
it's just like, of course you're gonna go. If you're gonna go all the way with this, go all the way with this.
And then Oscar-winning actress
Mikey Madison gets
Mikey
burnt to a
Madison
crisp.
gets just busted in half.
That's how it's gonna be in the social network or social reckoning too.
That one line she says is, "You cannot understand what she is saying."
I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually a fan of Facebook. And you're like, wait, what? Ohemina? And that's the take you wanted, Aaron? Okay.
That movie is going to be an absolute disaster.
Can't wait for you to see it and tell you right and have to review it.
Cora and Son and Social Reckoning probably my two most anticipated for the rest of the year.
Jay, if I made you review that movie, would you do it?
Which one?
Social Reckoning.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like reviewing movies.
If we were at Telluride and I said, Jay, this is the one you're going to do.
Yeah, I do it.
You
It's
wouldn't
one
be
of the
mad
bigger
at
movies at the festival.
Yeah. You would not take it.
I would absolutely take that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just like, tell me what to review and I'll go review it.
Really?
Sure. More or less.
Clara and the Sun.
That's going to be a TIFF for sure.
You know what looks good? And I think it's going to be at Telluride
What?
is that Eisenberg
The
film.
Eisenberg movie? Yeah.
That looks good.
Haven't watched the trailer, but the poster looked good. I just don't watch trailers anymore, man.
I don't watch many trailers, but
I show up late to movies so that one, I don't like sitting through trailers and I don't see the trailers and I don't really watch them unless it's something that I'm only halfway interested in. Then I'll watch it. But
well, you're too busy making that Superman sequel
what?
because you're Corn Sweat.
Oh
You're
yes,
making-
of course. Yes, 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 yes. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Do people still say that about you? That you look like David Cornsmith?
Well, I don't know that he has enough cultural cachet for it to be front of mind for a lot of
You look
people.
well, yeah. I mean, well, he does. You can go say, "Hey, you look like that Superman guy."
I mean, I've gotten it a few times.
Yeah, so
It's
that
always a nice thing to get.
helps the ego boost.
That's what would that be? That would be a words of affirmation.
Yeah, and you like that.
Yeah, and then maybe
What's
after
the
that
one
I
you
get
don't
get a
like?
little physical touch. Uh, uh, no, words of affirmation is the one that I don't like. I hate it, hate it. Even if I did something good and I think I did a good job at it, if somebody says, "Oh, that was a good job," I'm like, I'm gonna go jump off a building. Thank you.
Um, I don't mind words of. I think words of affirmation is great. Especially after I've done something for you, that would be awesome. Um, Quality times big. Like that's how I express a lot of it. Like if I'm spending time with you, because I got a lot of things going on, I'm doing that.
Hmm.
Physical touch. I mean, what am I? Not a human. Um,
Hell yeah, you
gifts,
are.
gifts and stuff. I can buy my own shit. I don't need you to buy me things.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too.
Like if you buy me stuff, great. But here's the thing. I will say this: if you buy me stuff, just buy me the stuff I told you to buy me. Don't try to get cute about it.
Well, that's what I'm kind of like. Gift means um
What I
telling
wanted.
me, yeah, like saying
You
go buy
ask me
yourself
what I
something.
want.
Yeah.
You ask me what I want. I do this fucking song and dance every year where my wife, my family, they ask me
Wants
what I
to
want.
surprise you.
No, I ask them, and so I send them an email with links to the things I want. Then we get to Christmas, and I get cash, and I get like two things off the list and a bunch of other things, and I'm like,
I
okay, well,
mean,
I know what I'm going to spend this cash on. I'm
cash
going to
ain't hurting
spend
nobody. Yeah.
no, but I'm going to end up spending the cash on the things that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't I
We
just get
love
it
to
in the
see it.
first place? I
Yeah.
think this year what I'm going to do is not tell them. I said surprise me and see what they come up with,
Cash.
and just be, and that's what it's going to be. And then I take that cash, I buy a plane ticket, and I leave. And I just go away. But then I show up, I surprise everyone, and then it's one of the words, or it's one of the love languages, licking somebody from head to toe.
That is one of them I'm seeing here. That was recently updated. It's like the food pyramid. They update it every now and then.
The food pyramid's a joke.
Well, it's always kind of been a joke.
It's like how many fucking vegetables and how much grain and how much
I
like
don't know
nobody
what
fucking
is the
follows
new
that.
what does the new food pyramid look like?
Oh,
The RFK food pyramid.
it's a lot of raw milk and flake steak in the morning.
Um,
And
healthy eating pyramid. Eatrealfood.gov.
you can't eat the vegetable, Cheryl. And
'Cause, I mean, the food pyramid, we were always eating too many grains, man.
too much grain.
You don't need that much
What
grain.
am I fucking sheep? I don't need that much grain.
Probably solve a crime if you were.
Can't wait to watch that movie. Jay,
Yep. Yeah. What a weird episode this was. Uh,
before we get out of here, we're going to test your award season knowledge based on the film we just reviewed ish. Sweetie, in a segment we like to call It's an Honor to Get Nominated. Jane Campion, she's going to get nominated for stuff on this stuff. Might even win some things. But what's this nominated for?
not this one. Is this the Do the Right Thing year? Driving Miss Daisy year? Is that 89?
I can check. Want me to check?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I got it right.
You got it right.
I did.
And then there you go.
I am
1989.
so glad Driving Miss Daisy won that year.
Spike didn't even win the fucking Palm. What's the Sex Lies and Videotapes? Remember that?
Was the only nomination that got for supporting actor?
Correct.
Danny Aiello? That's so funny.
I mean, it's not.
That sucks.
It's fucking racist as
But it
shit.
is very funny.
No, Spike got nominated for screenplay.
Okay. All right. Okay, good.
Lost to Dead Poet Society.
This is honestly not a very good
Wow.
Best Picture lineup.
That's a crazy good original screenplay lineup.
Let's check
Dead,
that
po-
one out.
Dead Poet Society, Crimes and Misdemeanors, Do the Right Thing, Sex, Lies, and Videotape when Harry Met Sally.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And Harry Met Sally didn't even win.
Where do you like Dead Poets Society?
Oh, Captain, my Captain?
I think it's okay.
I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's like a masterpiece. Is this Cinema
Like Born on the Fourth of
Paradiso?
July, I think is pretty good.
I think it's kind of dated.
Field of Dreams is good,
Field
but
of
not
Dreams
like
is
amazing. I don't like My Left Foot that much.
wow. You're going to hell.
I mean, he's amazing in it, but
Yeah, it's a
it's
crazy
one of those
year.
movies that's just built on one performance.
Yeah, it's a lot. Kind of a rough year. Would you put this movie in any categories?
No.
That's okay. Not even like supporting actress for.
Would you go supporting with her, or would she have to go lead? I guess they would probably
She
run
probably goes
her as
supporting. She shows up
supporting.
like 40 minutes into this film, 30 minutes into this film.
What were my favorite movies of this year?
Ooh, the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade,
Yeah,
Batman,
I
The
think Do the Right Thing
Abyss,
is the best movie of the year.
The Abyss. You like The Abyss?
Parenthood? I like Parenthood.
I like Parenthood. I like well, The Little Mermaid. That's a good movie.
Black
Uh,
Rain. Remember Black Rain?
which one's Black Rain?
The Michael Douglas
Oh,
Ridley Scott movie. Motorcycle.
yep, that's a movie that existed.
Hmm.
It's an interesting year. Where are
Not
we
a
at
great
on
year.
where are we at on Glory? Is that bad?
Twin Peaks premiered this year. Glory is
That's a movie that they just showed in fucking.
totally fine.
It's a movie they totally showed in theater or like in classrooms.
It does have a watch this at the museum energy to it.
Not at the museum. Watch this at the museum.
Maybe at night though,
Yeah.
when Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt comes out to play.
Uh, Jay,
Yeah,
spirited episode. We talked about the film
we did, and some other stuff.
before we did the show. Jay was like, "Can we do it on any tangents?" I was like,
I just wasn't sure if we'd be able to pull it off because this isn't a very Hollywoody movie,
"But you know what?
obviously. But we figured it out.
We're the best."
I After this one, I'm starting to question that.
No. Listen, we've been on point for a lot of episodes, so maybe it's that we need a guest on here to keep us in check.
That could be part of it,
That could be part of
like
it.
a guest that we don't know as well.
Yeah. Also, like to just like keep us in
Yeah,
line. Oh, no, the Oppenheimer episode, we were pretty on point with Sophia the whole time for like 3 hours.
shocking. Yeah,
Shocking. No, that'll never happen again.
I mean, she texted us afterwards. Was like, that was a first. That didn't feel like doing your show. We talked about the movie the whole time.
I mean, there was a lot to talk about. We talked about everything here. Jay, can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet and recommendation of the week, buddy?
Letterbox J Ledbetter, Twitter at Mr. J Ledbetter. Anything I'm doing writing wise, go over to awardswatch.com. My other podcast is called Conversations on Clint, where we're running through every single film from director Clint Eastwood. Just the directed movies, though. My recommendation of the week, I watched a movie last night on a whim. I was just scrolling through Criterion Channel.
Oh,
I was like, what am I going to watch? What am I going to watch? And they currently have advertised on the front page a collection of the films of Alex Cox. He, of course, director of Repo Man and, Sid
I
and
like Alex.
Nancy.
I like Alex Cox.
I watched for the first time Walker. Have you seen Walker?
Yeah, the
Rules.
movie's great.
It is so good. It is sort of a fictionalized version of this American mercenary sent down to, in air quotes, liberate Nicaragua. And essentially, he becomes the American dictator of Nicaragua. And it is told so stylishly with such a satirical bend to it in that Alex Cox way. and the directions that it goes with regards to the distortion of the 1850s reality, and especially the finale of the film, which is Fellini-esque almost in its absurdity, is amazing. And I think the movie is really insightful, and good grief, does that film hit as hard today as it did back then. I loved it. And Ed Harris is amazing as the titular Walker,
Walker.
although I was shocked that he is only a little bit older than me in the movie, but he still just looks like Ed Harris. You know those guys who just always look 50 and then kind
Yeah,
of never look older than 60?
he still looks it too.
Yeah.
Like William H. Macy.
William H. Macy, Dreyfus.
Dreyfus is definitely up there. Yeah, they've always been 50
Yeah.
and never aged. Fucking, I love Ed Harris. He's such a good guy.
He's one of the best there is.
Married to an absolute legend.
Yep. Who has more Oscars than he does?
That's okay. He's totally fine with that.
He should have an Oscar, though.
For what?
I mean, you could go Truman Show.
Oh,
You could go Apollo
Paul,
13.
Paul 13.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
good in the Painter movie, Pollock.
Pollock. Radio?
Definitely Radio.
I remember seeing Radio in the theater being like, this is a movie. Walker's great. Love that film. Alex Cox. Interesting choice, maybe.
We would have to, yeah. I mean, there's only a few that would be
And we'd have to skirt around.
enticing for listeners.
Yeah,
But
it
I
would be
mean,
fun.
he's a really interesting filmmaker.
Very much so. Very much so. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77.
Ed Harris was good in The Lost Daughter.
Yes, he was.
History of Violence.
You can you can find all my work at awardswatch.com. If you like podcasts, we have the Awards Watch podcast that's on Mondays. That's the main show. iTunes, Spotify, 5-star reviews are greatly appreciated. While you're on the website, sign up for the newsletter. It's the best place to get all of our news, reviews, interviews, podcasts sent to you all in one place. Gonna give a recommendation of the week, and it's a weird one. Have you seen Voicemails for Isabel?
Haven't even heard of it, my man.
It is the latest rom-com that is sweeping the nation on Netflix. And I gotta tell you, it stars Zoe Deutsch and Nick Robinson.
Big fan of Zoe Deutsch.
It is a
Really thought she was going to be a thing.
I interviewed her last year for Nouvelle Vague. Super nice person. It is truly one of the
What was it
wildest.
that convinced me? Oh, it was Set It Up. Yeah. And then it just
Set It
never
Up.
really happened. Yeah.
It's one of the most wild premises for a rom-com I've seen in a little bit. Because realistically, this is one of the most diabolical things someone could ever do.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie is about a young woman who is sending voicemails to her late sister who died of like a terrible traumatic
Sending
disease.
voicemails to her deceased sister just as
phone.
like
Her phone
therapy
Oh,
exercise.
yeah, like a therapeutic thing, right?
Uh-huh. Okay.
But they're being redirected to another person's phone because they got, I guess,
They got the number.
yeah. And he meets her, and they start,
Disgusting.
yeah, they start having a relationship. And it is one of the most vile things I've ever seen in my life. And yet, Robinson and Deutsch are so good. You get past the fact that this is like a Satan-esque premise. I kind
Gotta
of want,
say, not really Team Nick Robinson historically, but
he's really good in this. And also, like, supposedly Deutsch and him grew up going to high school and middle school together, and so they've known each other for many years. They
it's
have
basically You've Got Mail, right? And
They-
that kinda
it's
what it's
yeah,
done.
but there's a dead sister involved, you know? Don't necessarily know if the thing works. It's a fascinating thing to watch.
Rocking an 84 on Rotten Tomatoes, even though I just
It's a-
don't pay
it is
attention to that
a
anymore because it's all
morbid-
inflated.
Morbidly curious film that I want everyone to see. Just
Is
to-
it like a comedy?
Yeah, it's a rom-com.
Who directed this picture?
Lee
Leah McKendrick,
McKendrick. What did they
who
do?
also directed Scrambled, which is
Uh,
something I am not familiar with.
she starred in that. Looks like this is going to be their big thing.
Story credit on I Know What You Did Last Summer. All right, strike one.
It's not that's not great, but Jay, I would say like you and the wife put this on Netflix. Kid goes to bed. Pop a bottle
I
of
could see
wine.
that being an agreeable. We
It's an
watched like
agreeable.
half of Office Romance. Not like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would be very curious to hear what Allie thinks of this movie and the premise of it. I think you would lose your mind at how insane this movie is and feels. But
You know,
anyway,
sometimes rules will really get my goat. I mean, we talked about the Toy Story thing.
yeah, they really did. But you still like that movie. That movie still got you though.
It didn't get me as much as I was
I will
hoping it
say
would.
this: you know how unapologetic I am to the Toy Story franchise. You know how
Yeah,
much I love those movies. This is the worst one, and I think they need to stop making them.
I agree.
But they won't because this movie's going to make like a crap ton of money, and they're going to make a sixth one.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, everybody was like, "Oh, Hoppers, look, it did pretty good for an original film." Toy Story is going to make 4 times what Hoppers made,
how much did Hoppers make? Like it made like,
like 450 or something.
and Toy Story's already there in like 10 days,
The
2 weeks.
quietest $450 million grossing film
You've
that
ever
has
seen?
ever happened. Yeah,
Yeah, the movies are doing good though. People are
like
going to the
Hoppers.
people are going to the theaters.
Yeah, except Supergirl.
Well,
Can't all be winners.
is that okay? Is that a product of nobody wants superhero movies anymore, or is that a product of nobody wants this, or is it just a product of of like it's too soon after just Superman last year?
No, I mean, I
It wasn't
demand
marketed
for
right.
superhero movies are not a sure thing anymore. That is for sure. So the word of mouth is bad. It's a minor character that's never had a movie before.
Well, she said,
Uh,
well, okay, there was a Supergirl movie many years ago. It wasn't very good. It's camp
okay, let me
classics. Okay.
rephrase. It's a minor character who nobody even knows has had a movie made about them before.
No. Say
Uh,
that Sophia and the original had Faye Dunaway and you'll get killed. So just throw that out there.
um, and it's just, yeah, that stuff isn't automatic anymore.
Yeah.
It's,
It
you know,
shouldn't be
demand
this
is changing. The clearly demand is for,
horror movies and animated films and original shit. Spectacle.
yeah.
They want spectacle.
Well, in theory, that's what Supergirl should be,
Yeah, but it's not like no director there
but
that
people don't
like
like it.
nobody gives a shit about
Superman
Craig.
didn't even really,
No, never-
you know,
it did all right.
knock anybody's socks off
No, but like
business
no one's going
wise.
to go to a Craig Gillespie film. Yeah.
Hey, show some respect to the director of Cruella, please.
Another movie that's meh. Um, I know you like Cruella though.
Um, I have very complicated feelings about Cruella.
What's your comp? Because you think Emma Stone's attractive in that?
No, I just had a decent time watching it. I think it is poison.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
maybe nobody wants to watch Craig Gillespie films. But because like you watch Supergirl and you're like, I
It
can
was
see,
like eating
I
a
can see the needle drop
rattlesnake
guy in there.
venom laced Reese's peanut butter cup.
Your mind sometimes is just wonderful. I gotta tell you, your analogies are always so great. Okay, that'll do it for this week's episode. We'll be back next week. We'll be talking about an angel at my table and be a little bit more streamlined on that episode, I would assume.
Yeah, that was her kind of breakthrough.
Yeah,
So, and it is long.
it's a long boy, but we'll talk about it next week. So thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you all next time.